there, viewer! If you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe to join the Subscribblers Army!
Hello, and welcome back, Subscribblers and new viewers, to another Sunday Speed Paint. What makes a good sketchbook? And what should I put in this sketchbook? For me, I used to use Strathmore or Canson, sketch, and mixed media. I usually only use pencils, colored pencils, sometimes markers, and watercolors. I eventually moved over to Crawford and Black because these better fit and were more affordable. It's like £1.50 or £2, which is like $2 or $3, way cheaper than the $5 to $10 I was spending on Canson and Strathmore. A lot of my sketches used to just be for Inktober or just general ideas that I didn't want to put full hours worth into digital work. I've collected these set of sketches from 2019, and I wanted to see not only the improvement, but the difference of how I would draw them if I was doing it in my new digital sketchbook. As you guys might have noticed, when I started the year out, I did the year of the rabbit, and I decided to do a simple sketchbook, but in digital format, where I'll either actually be drawing on sketchbook paper and then draw over it, or I'll just be using a picture of my sketchbook open on a blank page and draw in it as if it was just a digital sketchbook without me having to use so much paper. I realized for not only storage sake, but also just because I think this will help me for making an organized portfolio in the future when I need to look specifically for a sketchbook illustration throughout all of my digital works. It's literally in a sketchbook. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone else, but I'd rather the illustrations that I consider fully finished and rendered separate from the ones that I would consider equivalent to a sketchbook page. I also thought it would be fun to explain the different levels, or I guess the different purposes that I give my sketchbooks. I have 3. The first one is a junk sketchbook. This is a sketchbook that normally these sketches would get erased or thrown away or burned, but I refrain from that because these have purpose, these have a reason. This is when I get out my rough, ugly sketches, when my hand is shaky, when my eyes are still all squinty when I first wake up in the morning, or those weird doodles that I have at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to waste paper, and I don't want to have my regular sketchbooks or my super fancy sketchbooks to be filled with these, and then I end up going through and having to slap sticky notes over them or whatnot. These junk sketchbooks are perfect for me just going ham, and I recommend having one of these on hand, even if it's just some loose leaf paper. Sometimes I don't even have the time to bother with a cheap sketchbook. I will just use some spare copy paper, or sometimes even the back of some notebook paper. Sometimes I'll even throw these junk sketches into my junk journal. I have like a couple of bullet journals. The next sketchbook that I utilize, which I think is the most common sketchbook, is just what you see on screen. The sketches that I do on a regular basis, that I work on throughout the day. I take it with me when I go to parks, and I'll be drawing some still lifes, or I'll just be drawing some cartoon characters. Whatever is on my mind, I want to get into a sketchbook, and most of these I will turn into a sketchbook tour because I'm proud of these sketches, but at the same time, they're not my best. They're not what is the highest of quality, but it's just really fun ideas. The last sketchbooks that I usually use are not using sketchbook paper. These are more than likely using watercolor paper or mixed media paper, or sometimes a stack of loose leaf thick cardboard canvas types of paper. These are the highest quality, where you just go, mwah, it is perfect, I shall not ruin it, I shall put it into a frame, and I shall preserve it forever. I don't know what I'm doing when I try to be fancy, but it's just, I like when I can put a stack of illustrations together and they look so nice that you want to just eat them, but you can't because you remember, that's dangerous. Don't eat your artwork. Don't eat the paint. I see you. Don't reach for the paint cup. Reach for your water mug, or your tea mug, or your coffee mug, whatever you drink. Stay healthy, artists. Be mindful of your art station and space. Another wonderful thing about sketchbooks is the size and shape of your sketchbook. There are dozens of different sizes. You can have a really long sketchbook, you can have a really tall sketchbook, you can have a square sketchbook, you can have just your standard sketchbooks, you can have them be pocket-sized, you can have them be a standard piece of paper sized, you can have them be jumbo, the size of a canvas and a flat screen. Why are you carrying a flat screen sized sketchbook everywhere, people? I see you out there. I see you. How do you do it? And how does it look so good? I can't carry a sketchbook with me unless it fits into my backpack or in my pocket, because I just don't like the idea of just sitting there with a huge piece of paper in front of me. Like, sure, I'll have enough room to draw 100 different things, but at the same time, I struggle to fill these small sketchbooks with at least 2 to 5 drawings because I get worried about it taking up the composition and messing it up. And also sometimes I just don't want to draw the same thing over and over again on the same piece of paper, so what I'll do is I will designate no such themes for my sketchbooks. I designate it as mumbo jumbo, rambles, whatever you want, that's what I do. Most of my sketchbooks, if I'm drawing anthropomorphic animals, I'm drawing robots next to it, I'm drawing flora and trees, and sometimes landscapes, I'll be drawing houses. It's all going on that same piece of paper, because if I can fill it to the brim, I will. But I end up having a lot of extra sketches that never see the light of day, and this is where Patreon patrons, you get bonus content. I know I've mentioned on this channel before that there will be exclusive unseen stuff, that is most of my junk journal sketches, and early access. However, I wanted to make an extra bonus content for my patrons where I'm going to start posting some of the finished illustrations or other projects that I feel either don't have enough to dedicate to their own video, or sometimes I just don't have enough time to either squeeze them in, or there's too many parts to a video, and I feel like if I just keep going part 1, part 2, part 30, the people are going to get sick of them, and sometimes I just want to post something fun and exclusive for patrons to see so that we have something to talk about over there, because a lot of the social medias that I post to, the portfolio artwork that I have is presentable, but it also gets lost. For example, Instagram, you'd have to scroll all the way down to see the old artwork. TikTok, same thing, and it's usually randomly assigned algorithm. YouTube, you could search for a specific video, but sometimes that's hard to do. With Patreon, I'm hoping that it'll be easier to put them in categories of sketchbook, finished illustrations, webtoons, or YouTube specifically so you can find it and it's more organized. I'm also excited to see what you guys have so that I can feature some of the art that you make in my subscribers gallery at the end of the videos, because a lot of the stuff that I make is usually character based because I have 100 different characters. These sketches are actually just random. They don't have any names yet, and I'm not sure if I'll ever draw these characters again, but it's just something whimsical and fun, and I hope to do more of these random videos outside of just fan art videos in the future for you all to enjoy. And comment down below which was your favorite sketch from today's video. Thanks for watching. Till next time, here's some playlists of all of my videos. If you'd like to see more and support this channel, click the link tree down below. Patreons and the Fennec Fox tier get access to sketches. Arctic Foxes get shoutouts at the end of my videos and access to all of my projects early. Red Foxes get the opportunity to be featured as a background character or a commission instead. And for free, just subscribe to join the Subscriber Squad for weekly videos. Stay possum, and I'll see you later.